Hi, Timothy Carlson here. Today we're taking a trip back in time to 1997. One of my all-time favorite comedies just got a 4K release overseas, so of course I had to import it. The movie we're looking at today is Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, starring Mike Myers. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. We got this ultra-stylized artwork here. I'm a little torn as to how I feel about this. I think the original movie poster would have looked better, but I'm not up in arms over this like some people are. Spine text, back cover. Under the slipcover, pretty much the same thing, just without the shiny holographic effects. And we do get a few little bonus goodies inside the case. We do get a little poster here. Again, that's pretty much the same art that they used on the front cover. And we do get a few art cards as well. And we get two discs inside the case. We get a Blu-ray disc that features the film, plus most of the bonus features. The Blu-ray is region-free. It is not region-locked. And then we have our 4K Ultra High Def release of the film. In 1967, fashion photographer by day and super agent by night, Austin Powers is on the verge of catching his arch nemesis, Dr. Evil, when the latter has himself cryogenically frozen. Following suit, Powers unthaws 30 years later in the 90s to find Evil threatening the world once more. Can Powers recover from his culture shock in time to battle his old foe? With the help of his sexy sidekick Vanessa Kensington, he just might. Featuring a huge ensemble cast, including Will Ferrell, Seth Green, Carrie Fisher, Christian Slater, Priscilla Presley, and Burt Bacharach. This iconic spy movie is undeniably groovy, baby. First of all, let me get out of this way that summary of the film is absolutely terrible. I wouldn't be surprised in the least to learn that that was written by AI. Priscilla Presley is not in this film. She has debunked that on her Facebook page and said it multiple times. That's been an urban legend ever since the movie came out. Priscilla Presley is not in this film. And most of the names that are mentioned here, Will Ferrell, Carrie Fisher, Christian Slater, and Burt Bacharach, they're just cameos. They're barely in the film at all. But the film actually does have a pretty solid cast. Of course, Mike Myers plays both Secret Agent Austin Powers as well as his nemesis, Dr. Evil. Elizabeth Hurley portrays Agent Vanessa Kensington, who becomes something of a love interest despite her initial doubts. And you have, actors like, veteran actor Robert Wagner, who portrays number 2, Dr. Evil's number 2 man. Mindy Sterling playing Frau Farbissina, one of Dr. Evil's most trusted henchwomen. And you even get Seth Green portraying Dr. Evil's clone/son, Scott Evil, a Generation X teenager who loathes his father for having been out of his life for so long. Are you one of the kinds of people that sits in front of the TV and when James Bond's villains capture him, you're yelling at the TV for the villain to just stop being stupid, kill him, and get it over with? If that sounds like you, Austin Powers is probably the movie for you. Dr. Evil literally has his son telling him these things about how ridiculously complex and unnecessary his schemes are. And moments like this, someone like me being a big Bond fan, I was in hysterics every single time this happened. And of course, one thing has been proven by Hollywood over the years, it's that fish out of water stories are always fun. Here we have a suave, sophisticated secret agent from the 60s who's God's gift to women and admired by all, only to show up in the 90s and find himself horribly out of place with changing social attitudes and advances in technology. This makes for the humorous sort of scenes that you'd expect. And of course, the chemistry between him and leading lady Elizabeth Hurley portraying Agent Vanessa Kensington certainly makes for some very hilarious moments. And there are a few cameos throughout the movie, which I did mention earlier. It's a very fun film and absolutely hilarious. I find myself coming back to this one a lot. There were 2 subsequent sequels to this film, The Spy Who Shagged Me and Goldmember, but neither one of those captured the lightning in a bottle that we got from the original 1997 film. One other thing I do want to add, there are actually 2 versions of Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. There's the shorter American cut of the movie, and then there's a longer UK cut of the movie, which is the one featured here. The UK cut has a few additional seconds of dialogue and sequences here and there. It has the Christian Slater cameo, and it has 2 Family Guy-esque cutaway scenes regarding the fates of the families of dead henchmen. Honestly, I think these were rightfully cut out of the American version because they do really slow the pacing down to a halt. But either way, I'm just happy to have Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, on this format at long last. So how does Austin Powers look on this import 4K disc? I'm happy to say that for the most part, this is a pretty natural, organic-looking transfer, and certainly an upgrade from the earlier Blu-rays, which did look a bit processed. I'm not going to say this is a reference quality title that's like one of the best looking I've ever seen, but it is at least the uptick you'd expect from a 4K transfer. The additions of things like HDR and, of course, deeper, darker black levels, shadow detail, and the boost in color, a psychedelic movie like this certainly has plenty of color, are welcome additions. We do get some bonus features on the included Blu-ray disc, including some TV spots and EPK type stuff. Unfortunately, there is a major omission here. It does not include the alternate endings and deleted scenes that appeared on prior releases of the film. I mean, these were even on the VHS tape, so I'm not really sure how they could botch that so badly. And there is also the commentary track as well, which has been on American DVD releases of the film for a while, but I think this is actually the first time it's been on a UK release. So I do have to say, Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery remains a personal favorite of mine. It definitely trumps the 2 sequels that came after, and I find myself going back to this one more and more. If you like comedies, if you like Bond films, if you like 60s elements, there's a little bit of everything here. Mike Myers certainly created a character for the ages here, and it's amazing that this character's only appeared in 3 films. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a new film or a TV series yet. I can easily recommend this 4K release if you don't mind shelling out the extra money to import it. How about you? Are you a fan of Austin Powers? Do you think the first film is the best in the series? If not, what is? Who's your favorite Mike Myers character? Comment down below and let us know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you listen and like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.